Paulette and I are about to experience something of biblical proportions.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, that is a life-size replica of Noah's Ark. And there is the life-size real Paulette. Once you park and pay for your ticket, there is a shuttle that takes you to and from the Ark.
The Ark Encounter. Noah's Ark, the replica, is 510 feet long, 80 feet wide, and 51 feet tall. The same dimensions as the original Ark. More than a football field and a half in length, the Ark, located in Williamstown, Kentucky, took just over 1 year and a half to build with the help of 700 workers and is considered the largest freestanding timber frame structure in the world with a total of 3.1 million board feet of timber used in its construction.
Now we are actually inside the Ark. Not quite sure how authentic it really is. I don't think they had electricity in Noah's time.
It is estimated that it took Noah and his sons 55 to 75 years to build the Ark. The cost of this replica Ark is about $100 million to build. The park opened on July 7th, 2016.
Walking throughout the Ark, they had many displays. We think those bags were grains. There were other containers used, I think, just as an example of how food and other things were stored.
And water.
And water, yeah. Here we have people checking out some stuff. These pots were possibly used for grain.
This area that we're coming to is an area where the animals had been kept on the Ark. Again, you know, this is all their thought process.
They certainly had some interesting looking animals on the Ark. I think this is just their interpretation of the types of animals. I think also based on skeletal remains that they found and fossils. And they actually had some kind of a chute system for getting rid of waste from the animals.
Mark and I went there on a Friday, and it really wasn't that crowded. As you walk through the Ark, each animal cage had its own soundtrack that was playing to give you an example, you know, that you're really walking through the Ark. This creature right here, I don't even know what it is. It's like bear, big rodent thing. These were some kind of dinosaur things, I suppose, that they interpreted.
These look like wild hogs. According to what was on the outside of this cage, these are sloths.
And these were like a giraffe. These guys kind of got a face like a platypus to me, dinosaur platypus. And this was the third level, and this was where their rooms were and their daily life, their kitchen and their food supply and all of that.
This next shot will give you an idea of what it's like looking up from the middle of the Ark. We're on the first level looking straight up. There are many exhibits on the Ark. You could spend anywhere from 2 hours like Paulette and I spent to probably 5 or 6 hours wandering through the Ark. In addition, there are different displays that you can look at outside of the Ark. Onward and upward to deck 2. There are actually 3 decks here, and we're going to check them all out. But all the woodwork here is amazing, the size of these beams. Australian creationist and AIG CEO Ken Ham founded the park. The theme park promotes pseudo-scientific young Earth creationist beliefs about the age of the universe, the age of the Earth, and the coexistence of human and non-avian dinosaurs. There was a whole section dedicated to the feeding and care of the animals on board. It was pretty interesting.
Why did I let Shem talk me into putting that Navy next to the
That was pretty rude.
There were several gift shops on the Ark, and this one you could buy period piece replica stuff. It was pretty interesting. It'll give you some idea of the types of clothing that they wore and how it was designed. Here's another example of what living might have been like on the Ark. Shem and Ariel. Shem was the son of Noah and Ariel was the wife. Besides the Ark Encounter itself, there are a handful of other attractions within the theme park, including Mzera's Kitchen, which is a buffet-style restaurant with a capacity, they say, of 1,500 guests, making it one of the largest restaurants in the world. The park also has a zip line, a virtual reality theater. There's also a zoo called Ararat Ridge Zoo on the grounds. There was also a visitor center that featured more shops, more souvenir stands, and a theater inside that as well. There were also things going on pretty much all day long from around 9 to 6 scheduled shows. Interestingly, there was a group of Mennonites there touring the Ark.
Along with some nuns.
Here we're getting into a section where they talk about the Earth's development on a biblical timeline versus a scientific timeline, and they give examples and a reasoning why Earth could have developed on the biblical timeline.
So the cost to get in for admission is $60 plus tax for 18 to 59-year-olds, $49 plus tax for seniors 60 and plus, $15 for parking, and Mark and I paid $17 each with our senior discount for the buffet. And kids 11 to 17, it's $32 plus tax.
And children under 10?
Are free.
I thought the Ark Encounter was really interesting. It was definitely worth going to check out. Like I said before, if you know the story, you can get through it in about 2 hours. I don't know if I would need to go back again, but it was definitely worth the trip the first time.
Yeah, I definitely think it's worth seeing at least once. It really gives you a great insight to a lot of information with so many exhibits, so many like theater areas where you can watch stories and things like that. I think it was a great experience. I would definitely say if you're ever in what was it, Williamstown?
Williamstown, Kentucky.
Williamstown, Kentucky. I say definitely go there, plan on spending some hours, have a meal there, check out the grounds, and make it a whole day.
Yeah, I would say it's very family friendly oriented.
Definitely family friendly.